gosh, I don't want to do this. I've actually chosen to film this on the worst day because it's so hot. Anyway, I've got my McDonald's and we're gonna do a Q&A mukbang. I got some chips, I got chicken nuggets, I got a plain hamburger. If you don't know about plain hamburgers, get to know. I got mozzarella dippers, which I never usually get because they always like burn them. How old were you when you started working? I was 16 when I got my first retail job. I started in Poundland and I was just like a Christmas temp. I was temporary just for Christmas for like 3 months. In the end, they did not want to renew my contract because I'd lost them loads of money basically. Long story short, I'll get into that another time if you want a story time about that. Oh, I need to actually eat. The whole point of this is that it's a mukbang. Oh no, this is hard to open with nails. Oh, don't worry, I've done it. If you could change your name to anything, what would your name be? I love this question. I've always wanted my name to be Violet or Sydney. Those two names I love. If I can't change my name to that, I'll just name my kids that. Who's your celebrity crush? I love this question as well. My celebrity crush has always been Johnny Depp since as long as I can remember, since I was young. So hot. So he was my first, and then Michael Jackson, obviously you'll know about that one. My girl celebrity crush is Zendaya and Ariana Grande. How old are you? I've got this question a lot and I think people on TikTok have no idea how old I am. So I'm 23. I know I don't look it. A lot of people say I look like 15, 16, 17. And I won't accept that, I'm sorry, but that's quite insulting. Favorite alcoholic drink combination? Interesting. Not gonna lie to you, I usually just drink WKD, or I love a rosé wine. I love cocktails as well. I don't know if that counts, but so my favorite I think is Sex on the Beach at the moment. I've just had them recently and I really like it. Purple Rain I love as well. I've still only ate my chips. This is barely even a mukbang. The meanings behind your tattoos. I've got 33 tattoos, so I'll have to make a whole YouTube video about that another time. But I'll tell you, recently I just got this one. It's the same one that It's the same one that Captain Jack Sparrow has in Pirates of the Caribbean. Always been one of my favourite films. Always loved Jack Sparrow and Johnny Depp, obviously. Oh, what is going on? Someone literally just commented, "You've got a deep voice." Thank you. Have you noticed that they've changed it to a bag now instead of the box? I mean, if they're trying to help the environment, if they are trying to help the environment, they still have the burgers in a box. So how is this helping? It kind of defeats the point. Unless you're gonna put your burgers in the bags as well, it doesn't make a difference, does it? Someone asked, what brand would you never work with again? I don't know if I can answer this, but I would like to. I have worked with a few brands where they basically make you refilm it a lot of times. So some brands, you're allowed like a few redrafts, but there have been some brands in the past where I've had to refilm it like 4 or 5 times because they're not happy with it, or they want me to change like slight little things, but it means I have to refilm the whole thing again. Or one brand in particular, I'm not going to say the name, but this was the worst experience that comes to my head. It's an app, basically, like a photo editing app is all I'm going to say. They made me refilm it like 5 times, I think. The first time they weren't happy with the lighting, they wanted it to be brighter, so I filmed it in a different location, and when I did that, they then said that it was too bright. I can't control the sun. Then they said refilm it again, but maybe when it's not as sunny. So I refilmed it for a 3rd time, and then I think they didn't like what I said in it or something like that, or they just wanted me to tweak a few things, but it meant I had to film it again. But when I went to refilm it again, I had just been cheated on. It's actually laughable. You can't make this up. So obviously I didn't want to be filming anything. Like, I said that I was taking a break from social media for a bit. Sorry, I've been holding this for ages. I haven't even eaten it. I didn't want to film anything at that time, let alone refilm this ad for like the 4th time. I refilmed it. It was like the day after I'd just been cheated on. I had no makeup on. I'd obviously been crying and everything. I was not happy, and I had to be happy and upbeat in the video, which I was not feeling that energy. So yeah, the video is really fake. It is still on my TikTok, and that last video was the one that got approved, obviously. What's the longest you've cried and why? I don't know. I can think of 2 times that I've cried a lot. One was when I got cheated on for obvious reasons. Another was when my granddad died. And another, this is so deep, and another was when my parents told me they were getting a divorce. This got really deep really quick. I'm just trying to eat my McDonald's, guys. Best thing about working at Sports Direct. Have you seen my TikToks? Nothing. There was nothing good about working at Sports Direct. The only thing I can say is like the friendships I made there and the confidence that I had when I started working there. Before I worked there, that was my second job, and before I worked there I was still really shy and awkward and I would not speak to anyone. Yeah, so I definitely grew in confidence from working there, and I made lots of friends because everyone that works at Sports Direct is like young. They were all my age, but other than that there was nothing good about working there. But it was basically like run by teenagers. So if you have seen any of my Sports Direct story TikToks, they are all true. There is not one good thing that I have to say about the business in general. I had to switch cameras. Not sure if the lighting's better now, but my other camera got too hot, so I'm filming on this one now. First period story. I've been waiting for this one. Right, get your popcorn. So guys, I've barely eaten anything. This is so hard to talk and eat. My first period story is actually really embarrassing. This was on a day that I was meant to go swimming. You can see where this is going. I was meant to go swimming with my friends. They were my next door neighbors at the time, but I was like really close with them. I think I was like 14. I was quite late getting my period, so I was quite old. So we were meant to go swimming. We were hanging out first, and then I was like, I just need to go to the toilet. So I popped into my house, and I'd started my period, and I'd never had the chat with my mum or anything. I felt really awkward about subjects like that. Obviously I didn't know what to do if I didn't know how to use a pad or a tampon or anything, and I was too embarrassed to tell my mum. So I actually went back out to my next door neighbors and I was like, I don't think I can come swimming. I didn't know what to do, and I started crying. And they were like, you can come and tell our mum if you want, because we were going swimming with their mum. I went and told their mum before I told my own mum. I didn't actually tell her. My neighbours told their mum, but she came out and she was like, oh bless you, like just go and tell your mum, I'm sure she'll help you, you don't have to come swimming, it's fine. So she was really nice about it, but I was so embarrassed to go and tell my mum. But yeah, it came on the worst day. But imagine if I had gone swimming and then it started in the swimming pool. That would have been worse. Oh my god. Worst experience you've had with a fan. So obviously don't call you guys fans, by the way. This one happened so recently and I really want to tell this story. Basically this happened like a couple of weeks ago. I was in a restaurant and some girls were sat in front of me. They had their backs to me, but I could see them in front of me basically. There were 3 of them and they were like all on their phones, and a couple of times I did see them turn around, so I knew that they like recognized me. I can tell now when people recognize me, so I know it's coming. It's just like their reactions when they look at me and then they talk to each other, then they get their phones out, then they talk to each other again and look back at me. Like they make it really obvious. One of them, I saw her phone because obviously she had her back to me, so I could see her phone screen. She had taken a Snapchat of me, and by the way, I was eating my food, so the Snapchat picture was something like me going like about to put my food in my mouth. So she had taken a picture of me like over her shoulder without me realizing, and she was showing her friends, which obviously isn't nice. I definitely did not consent to that photo. I mean, if you're going to take a photo of me, at least let me pose for it, not like me mid shoving food in my mouth. It was actually really traumatic for me, you know, because I don't know where that picture is now. Like she probably posted it on her story or something. I could also then see on her phone that she was sending messages to a group chat and they were taking screenshots of my TikTok page and they were sending pictures of my TikToks in a group chat, probably saying like, oh, she sat behind us or something. But yeah, they never spoke to me. They didn't turn around again. If they had just said hi, or if you wanted a picture, ask for one. Like, I'm a human too. Obviously I was eating, but I'd be happy to speak to you or take a picture. But and I don't want this to come across as like me being cocky, like, oh, if you want a photo you can get one. But like, they did take a photo of me, so clearly they did want a photo. What's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you in school? There was a lot of things in school. Like, I literally got bullied in school for my YouTube channel because I started out YouTube when I was in like year 7, and the whole school knew about it basically, and people would just, I used to be called Holly Lolly 999 on YouTube. If you remember that, you're an OG. I'd walk around school and people would just shout out my YouTube name. Like, you can't make this up. Like, I would walk through the hallway or like up the stairs or something, and people would just be shouting Holly Lolly 999, oh my god, Holly Lolly, like they are the ones that are embarrassing themselves, because at the end of the day, like, I'm doing something that I enjoy. I could have quit because of how badly like the teasing was. I literally could have quit, but I didn't, and I'm back and I do TikTok and it's my job and I'm very happy. Maybe they just bullied me because I was doing something that they were too scared to do. Like, a lot of people after that actually messaged me saying like, oh, you're doing really well, like with your career and stuff. Like, I could never do that. This has happened way too many times in this video. What's the most embarrassing thing you've done in front of a crush? This is really embarrassing and I've never told this story. When I was in primary school, this was like the first real life crush that I ever had. We made Valentine's Day cards in school, and I made mine for that boy. By the way, I'd hardly ever spoken to him. He wasn't in my class. He was in my year, but he was in the other class. Anyway, I wrote him a Valentine's Day card. Had no idea how he felt about me, obviously. Is someone trying to break into someone's car, or should I be worried? I was too scared to give him the card. Oh, can you even hear this alarm? Because it's gone off like 4 times in a row. I think someone's just broken in, but anyway. So I wanted my friends to give the card to him in the playground. So I gave my friends the card. They apparently gave it to him and he said, who's this from? And they said, oh, it's from Holly. And he gave it back to them. He did not accept my Valentine's Day card. I don't think you understand how embarrassing that is. I was seen as like a really weird child. Like, I was going around the playground pretending to be a horse. Like, I was one of those girls. I was a horse girl, yeah. A TikToker you wouldn't want to spend time with again. That's a question for a say it or shot it video, not for a general Q&A. I'm gonna shot for that one. Oh, he's done a poo. I got a tamagotchi the other day and he's done a poo, so I need to just clear it up. And I'm gonna end the questions there. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. All of your support really means a lot. See you next week. Need to take a thumbnail. There's a hair in my chips. I look so weird. Right, who is doing that to their car? Because they've been doing that for way too long now. Oh, my Tamagotchi's cheeping at me. Right, he's done. Sorted him out.